So how about the challenges, Chloe? So the process, as you say, must have been painful, but some of this pain's kind of inevitable for local government and public services because of the financial context we're in. Were there any other challenges? Did you meet resistance to the approach, not just the kind of effect of the approach, but did you meet resistance to implementing it, and how did you overcome that?
There was resistance in sort of three key areas. The resistance in the staff base. This is going to be very different for them.
Yes.
But actually, and that creates anxiety, but actually because we were very clear on the outcomes and therefore very clear on the vision,
yes,
it also gave them a lot of stability. And what we found was that we offered them, so you can make a choice in this. This is the arena we're going to, this is the vision we hold, this is the arena you'll be working in. We could be very prescriptive and descriptive in terms of what we're expecting of them going forward, and then they could choose to engage. Now what we found was that some chose to, some chose not to.
Yes.
But actually for those that chose to were the ones that really bought into it, so you got their engagement. And without that it wouldn't have worked, because you'd have had resistance in your resource base, your staffing base, in terms of their professionalism and their way of working and what they want to achieve. And you have to respect that, of course. Your staff are your most valuable asset, and you need them with you.
Absolutely.
So because of the clarity we had, we were very able, even though they were only expecting a much smaller reduction, this came as a complete surprise to them. We were still able to say that this is what we're trying to achieve, and focus to say, and this is how much resource we will have to do it. And almost we removed the ability or the need to just focus on what we were losing. So our conversation was, going forward, was very much, this is our vision, this is what we're going to achieve next, not this is an amount of savings we have to make. That became a byproduct. And we wanted the vision up front. So the challenge was to make sure that was very clear in communication, and we held that. That is not as easy as it sounds. We had to really take a leap of faith and say, we think we've got this right, this is where we're going, and to be stoic with that communication out, so people had that honesty and reflection to say, do we want to be a part of this or not?
Yes.
And then we also had to have the ability to know that we may not have got it right in some or all of it, and be prepared to change. So when that comes out, we made sure, even at that stage, we said, we think this is the best thing we're going forward, we think this will work, but at any point we were open to challenge, and had even a mailbox, an email mailbox set up for people to email in if they didn't, if they wanted to comment at any point. So if you think we're getting it wrong, you need to tell us. So we had to be prepared that as much as we were planning in the macro, we also had to be able to respond to the micro changes and challenges, and be open to that.
And listen as well as tell, effectively.
Absolutely. Because if we were going to get it wrong, at this stage it would have only played out at the other end, and that's when we wouldn't have achieved what you wanted to achieve. I think the challenge then one was staff. The second one was with partners. Enabling them to understand what you're trying to achieve as opposed to what you're potentially not going to be doing in the future was very difficult.
Yes, because they're used to how you normally work or how you previously worked.
And one of the big ones was as an example, was with schools. Traditionally, we had 75% of our intensive referrals from school, predominantly at age 13. Very valuable work, and we had to go to them and say, we will not take them anymore. They're not the right age for us. We need them at 15 or 16, so very much later in the school years. And that was a huge challenge to bring head teachers and schools and keep that relationship with them, when we're effectively saying 75% of our business we're now not going to do, and 75% that comes from you, we're not. You can imagine just how wrong that could be.
They'd see that as a withdrawal of a service that they relied on.
And that was the same in the community. They saw it very much as, well, you're just withdrawing, all your fancy words, but you are withdrawing. So no, we're refocusing. We just want the young people, we want to support here rather than here. And these young people will still get we will transition them out, but we won't take any more. So we had transition plans in place, but effectively those comms were the communications were very key to that,
Yeah.
to make sure that we were able to be challenged, but also we challenged back on their assumptions.
Right.
And that is very difficult when you have to be very careful. You go into I'm right, you're wrong scenario.
Yeah.
You're moaning and I'm just making stuff up to make it sound good.
Sure. Yeah.
We had to navigate all of that across partners, colleagues, staff,
Yeah.
and the community itself.
It's about reassurance, isn't it?
Reassurance.
And asking people to come on a journey with you that takes courage, actually, to try something new.
And this is one of the good things is this is in the same space where we've just relinquished control of over 100 youth facilities.
Right.
And asking the community to pick those up.
Yes.
So in one respect, it could be seen as the county council completely dissolving its responsibilities,
Yes.
withdrawing from anything it doesn't have
Yes.
to.
Saying it's up to you now.
Dumping it onto the community, it's up to you, and running away with the savings.
Yes.
And we worked incredibly hard at all levels to make sure we had good messaging, good communication that challenged that thinking.
Yes.
And we hit it, with upfront and honest. We didn't duck it, we didn't try to avoid it, we didn't try to over-engineer it. We just said we will take those questions on as on and answer them dead absolutely honestly. And we will let our results prove itself. And that worked. Our results won the argument for us, and we don't have those conversations anymore.
That's really good.